Hey, hello everyone. It's me, Young Liu Akio here. Today is July the 18th, 2016, and I'm here today making this short, informative video showing you guys a little bit about um, what I'm doing, how am I doing a clutch master cylinder bench bleeding. On this video, I'm going to show you how to do a bench bleeding on the clutch cylinder, master cylinder with the slave cylinder on the clutch system. Okay, and I will show you how to do the bench bleeding on the master brake cylinder on my next video. After this, that's what I'm gonna do after this. So clutch first, and then brakes secondly. So what it is how to do a bench bleed on your clutch system. Um, I, as you guys know, I'm working on my 98 Eclipse manual transmission, so it has a clutch system in it, and uh, so I guess it's different than an automatic car. So a manual car has the clutch, the clutch lathe with the clutch cylinder, the master cylinder system. The clutch and the brakes uses the same fluid, the dot 3. I've used the dot 3 brake fluid, high temperature synthetic from Preston out there. You can find it out there, AutoZone or anywhere else, auto part. And these days people use synthetic, so I mean, you can't really find regular brake fluid anymore. You can find it somewhere like Napa, but it's fine to go synthetic. It's good anyway. So, so I'm using dot 3. You can use dot 4 too with the 98 Eclipse. I don't know if you guys have different vehicle, and that's just look in the manual. But a 98 Mitsubishi Eclipse 2.0 liter non-turbo, which I'm working on, is first of all, it's no ABS. My model doesn't have ABS either on the brake, so you can use any regular brake fluid. And so you can use either dot 3 or dot 4 brake fluid on the clutch and the brake system also. Okay, so now back to the bench bleeding process on the clutch system here. As you guys can see, I've rented a tool. It's called a steering wheel puller set tool. I saw some video, some guy doing the same job that I did. That's the tool that he used is this tool, but I just found out, my 98 Eclipse clutch system uh, won't won't fit using this tool. This tool has this. You can see the T. The tool looks like a T right there. So that's the tool right there. You see the box right there. That's all it has, with some bolts and washer. Um, but that's about it. But you can use it like I did. I use it to hold the cylinder, the clutch slave cylinder there. Just hold, use this tool to push the piston in. The piston is in here. As you can see, I took out the rod's boots already, to push the piston. That's what the rod's boots do. It pushes the piston in, so fluid will push the fluid back into the system. That's how they pumped it. But anyway, I have to use this. I have to use the vise and also a big clamp here, like a six, like a, I think it's like a foot clamp there, and use like I use a glove for like for rag. If you have a rag, use it. But I use a glove to kind of put it right there at the bottom of the master slave cylinders to hold it while I can use the clamp, because you don't want to damage the paint. And I find out I shouldn't have painted early anyway, because what it is you're working with fluid, with brake fluid, and it will tear up your paints, just like it did with my master slave cylinder right there. See that? So, but that's okay. It's just paint. I can always repaint it after I'm done. But use the rag or something thick to hold the back of it, so you can clamp it, clamp the head right here of the boat, clamp it, or you can use the hand like I do, but you need to use work with two hands to push this boat. So the piston, you can push the piston in. Inside here, there's a piston and a spring. You want to push the piston and the ring to go down, so you can compress this and hold, using this tool to hold it. But if you're working on a 98 Eclipse like I do, don't rent this tool. Rent the harmonic balancer tool, because it has 3 teeth hole. This only have 2 teeth hole. You see, it's only have and it's straight. And as you can see, my master cylinder it's not straight. The bolts where you use it, see that it's not straight. It's like it's meant to use the T, the harmonic balancer tool, the T, not the T, but the harmonic balancer tool. It has the 3 teeth, so it'll fit. I think it'll fit it. Or you can just use simple ideas with your imagination, like I did. Just use any bolt. Really, you don't need to use this kind of bolt. I mean, it's good to have it, the same size, small like this, but not so long and thick. So you can use any of these size of bolts, and then just put it into the uh, master cylinder rod, the piston, and push it. Using the clamp. Of course, you need to use the clamp too. But if you have the other tool, you won't need to use the clamp like I do. You just use the other tool. It has just like this, but it has another spikes of teeth out here. Instead of 2, it has 3. Okay, just like that. And you can use that tool to push the piston against, so you can do the bench bleed there. But that's how it is. And here's the bleeder screw. You're gonna need to unbolt the bleeder screw there when trying to do the bleeding, the clutch bleeding process. So I'm gonna go over a little bit now. Starting is you need a wrench. Um, you will need this 3/8 extension socket there, and you need uh, pliers too to unscrew the losing out the bleeder bolts, and also tighten some bolt, like here there's a bolt right there. um, this is the uh, clutch reservoir bottle for the fluid. So you pulling the fluid in here and it'll go in. There's another, like, it's like a cap where you can see the bubbles, where you can see your fluid. So it's kind of like a cap instead of a reservoir. And what you're really doing is, um, first of all, you need to push the piston. Uh, you need to push the piston using your tool. Push the piston in and hold it. Hold it with your clamp. It don't matter how far you push it, as long as you hold the piston in, so fluid, won't flows back and forth into your clutch system while pumping this rod right there too. You also need to pump this rod right here too. Notice that rod is in the clutch, um, master clutch system. So after you hold the piston for this master cylinder there, and fluid should your fluid. Now remember, um, you will want to empty out your fluid. Empty out your fluid. Hold on one second. I gotta put my phone down so I can take out this reservoir bottle here. So here it is. Now, I always want to have like maximum, in the middle. Put the fluid in like right at the maximum would be great. The fluid there. But remember to drain out all the old fluid. And of course, I told you guys with my other video to clean out the reservoir bottle and change the hose, because like with the old system, there's going to be gunk all around in there, and you really want to clean it all out using the tool that I had last time with the last video. Also clean this out too, but you can't really clean inside here if you don't want to. Some people, you know, they bought a new one, you know, or they do a rebuild, they take this apart out in here. I took I took my master cylinder apart out already, as you can see, you know, the rods, the spring, and all that in my last video. But I just reinstalled back my piston and my rings in there. Remember, you want to have use some brake fluid when you install the piston and ring back on, or else it'll be real tight because the boot, you know, when it's dry, it won't push in and out. So you need some lubricate to do that. But back to here is put fluid about in the maximum level, and then you already got the clamp holding that slave cylinder. And your next move is, next thing you want to do is go over here and push this rod here. I have my boots right there. The boots here mean to cover this up. Um, and of course I'm gonna put some grease in here after I'm done to cover this up, because right here gonna be all grease, and inside of there gonna be fluid, the clutch, the brake fluid. It's gonna be inside, but it won't come out. So just push this rod. I think I've done it like 6 times each, and you push it as many times you can, so the bubbles, you see bubble here. If you see bubble here, that means you still need to push it out, you know. Just keep on pushing until all the air bubbles. This is the whole purpose, is getting all the air out of the system. So while you're pushing it, air gonna be trapped right here. You can see the bubbles, and all you're doing is pushing this rod. I think I push it like 50 times or even more than that every time, and just go back and forth with this. Every time when you're done with this push rod, you push it like many times you can, and all the bubbles just gonna stay right there. This is my experience, okay? All the bubble gonna stay right there. It won't go up yet. It won't go. The bubble won't go up to the reservoir bottle yet, and it's supposed to, until you go back here and unclamp it. When you unclamp it out, you will see your fluid will drop down into the system, and then all you're doing is taking the 3/8 extension extension there, and just push it against, like this. Just push it against the piston in there from the slave cylinder, the clutch slave cylinder. Just push it in there and push it slowly, okay, at a time, and wait for the piston to move out. And while you're doing that, you will see bubbles comes up. All the air trap bubble, it will come up to this reservoir, and you can see bubble. And keep doing it. Keep doing this for like 20 times, and then go back here. And before you go back there, you need to take the clamp and push the piston in and hold it, okay? You have to hold it, and then come back here. Do this again. Push the rod as many times you want, and bubble air trap will keep coming up. I thought I have no more air trap for the 5th time I'm doing it, but I still see bubble up until today. I just did it yesterday, and I still see air trap. So I'm gonna have to do it again after this video. So keep doing it. I think you're gonna have to do it about 10 times at least. This whole process takes more than 30 minutes. It's not gonna take like 15 minutes, like a bleeding, flushing, or you know, bleeding bleeding the fluid only. It's gonna take longer than that. So I might have to do another video, okay? This is part 1. I'm running out of time, so I'll see you in my next video, part 2 of this master clutch cylinder bench bleeding, okay? Alright guys, see you in my next video.